Hello and welcome back to Chasing Green Arrows. Today we'll be doing the player ratings for Tottenham versus Liverpool. I have with me as usual my co-host Mr. Abra Aziz. So how are you doing, bro?
I'm very good, bro. How are you?
Doing well. Good week for you. And our special guest is back, Mr. Anas Sanai. What's up, man? How are you? Thanks for coming on.
I'm all right, man. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good, man.
I can
One
see
guy enjoyed
Don
the
grinning in the background.
one guy enjoyed the game today. Liverpool back to their uh, typical performances. Anas, what are your initial reactions about the game? A bit disappointed, especially with that Son goal being disallowed.
I usually don't feel too bad losing to Liverpool, but today's performance was just genuinely horrible. Hardly anything worked out. They won almost every second ball there was. Every 50-50 they won. They were just a much better side, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. Don, you saw this coming with this kind of win. Of course, you saw it coming, but
No, but I'll try to be as honest as I possibly can be.
yeah,
I expected Spurs to put up a better fight. I think that they lacked the grit that we've kind of come to see with them, and this is saying a lot coming from you guys. Know how much I hate them. So like I usually am used to seeing them really close out at the back and go strong on the counter. We just didn't see any of that, and it just felt like Liverpool wanted more this time.
and this kind of game is so Liverpool don't like this kind of game. Like we saw what Burnley did, United to a certain extent, but United weren't as defensive. But like the likes of Burnley, West Brom, Fulham, they're sitting back, so they don't like this kind of game that Tottenham do play. So it was surprising for them to score 3 goals and actually dominate. So Tottenham will be very disappointed with that. But if you guys want to crack in with the player ratings, let's start with Tottenham first. Anas, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Go Hugo Lloris in goal. Your thoughts on his performance? Probably could have done better for a goal or two.
Yeah,
but
he did decently in the first half. I think blocked a few shots.
Yeah.
Made one very good save of Mane's low effort.
Yeah.
But then came the second half and he made quite a few errors. I think I don't know who to blame for that. Whose goal was it? I think Firmino's goal at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where maybe he should have gotten to the ball or Dyer should have knocked it off. I just don't know.
They let it run a bit too much.
Both of them just no communication between them, and they just messed it up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I'd give him a 5 out of 10, I guess.
5 out of 10 for Lloris.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then moving on to Joe Rhoden playing 3 at the back. Your thoughts on his performance?
I think Joe Rhoden had a decent game, out of probably our best defender on the night.
Yeah, he's improving.
He's improving. He's definitely improving. He's coming from the championship. We have to remember that. And I wouldn't call him one of our better center halves, but he had a decent game. Apart from that one mistake that led to the goal, I think it was a difficult ball to clear, so I wouldn't blame him too harshly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd go with a 6 out of 10. I think
6 out of 10 for Rhoden. I think that's fair enough. And then moving on to Eric Dyer. Firmino troubled him a bit today. Your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, Dyer didn't really have a good game, to be honest. He does quite a few things really well. Then just it's our whole defense, to be honest. They all have that one mistake in them, and it costs us.
And that's the thing with the way they play, you can't afford those kind of mistakes.
Exactly. And today was a kind of a weird game for Spurs. It wasn't that usual very low block that they played against Liverpool the last time, for instance. I think they played a little bit higher up the pitch, and probably that was the biggest problem. And that's where most of our mistakes came in too.
Mm-hmm.
For Eric Dyer, I think I'd give him a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10 for Dyer. And then Ben Davies looked kind of slow against Salah, but your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, Ben Davies, well, he's not great going forward. We all know that. Defensively, I don't think he had too many mistakes. He didn't. I don't know. I guess with Salah, he didn't come up. It wasn't like the Mane situation on the other side of the defense. I'd go with a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yeah, no clear mistake for Davis, but
no clear mistakes and nothing going forward.
Yeah, and
that's pretty much our whole team, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. And then moving on to Serge Aurier, the most frustrating player for Spurs. Like, I mean, he's had a good season so far, but yeah, your thoughts on his performance?
I mean, today I don't think it was too much Aurier, rather than Mane just being incredible today.
Yeah.
Because even when Doherty went on to the other side, he still got hammered today.
So just Mane was just next level
yeah,
today,
just
man.
Mane just picked it up today.
But Aurier's he should have done better in that when Mane just ran through him. I'm usually not very this is one of the rare times I come in the middle of it. But I just felt like he could have very easily held on to that. He should have caught that Mane run for the first goal. It just felt like he gave it away too easily. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah. He could have done better. I'm not saying
yeah.
that. I'm not saying that he had a good game by any standards. I do think that he still made those slight mistakes that he usually makes. I also think that because of the three at the back, he kind of didn't. I don't know. Maybe he felt that he didn't have to
come back. Yeah. I saw that as well. He just felt like it's okay. Let me stay forward.
Yeah, I think that was more of a problem with the system than with Aurier. And again, it was just Mane's day today. Just
for sure.
ran riot.
Yeah, definitely. So your rating for Aurier?
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. And then the other wingback, Matt Doherty. Your thoughts on his performance?
Very similar performance, to be honest. First of all, he played started off at left wing back. I don't think he's very comfortable there. I do know that he has played there, but playing there for the first time against Liverpool, I don't think it's a good call at all. And then when he switched on to the right back position again, same treatment as Aurier got, to be honest. I'd give him another 4 out of 10, to be honest.
4 out of 10. And then moving on to Højbjerg, I felt he was Tottenham's best player. That goal was probably the best goal by North London club this season. Your thoughts on his performance?
I mean, even without the goal, I think he was by far Spurs' best player.
Yeah, very energetic man today.
Very energetic. He was everywhere. He did everything that he could have. He won a lot of balls. But again, it was just Liverpool winning that second ball constantly and putting us back under pressure every single time. So I don't think as much as he defended well, he couldn't do much with it afterwards because Liverpool just on their day, to be honest.
Yeah, no, definitely agree with that. So
I think Højbjerg, I think I'll go with the 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 for Højbjerg. And then moving on to Ndombele, your thoughts on his performance?
Ndombele, I think he had a decent first half. He managed to get into some decent positions. Liverpool had some trouble dealing with him, to be honest. He had a lot of turns where he could run, but then he missed out on those killer passes.
Yeah, he held the ball well, but it was that execution of the pass.
Yeah, he dribbled well. He moved forward really well, but then that killer ball, it was always lacking. And Ndombele, I think I'd give him a 6 out of 10. He had a decent game, but just
6 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's bang on.
Lacking that final punch.
Yeah, that killer pass. And then Bergwijn.
Bergwijn, again, really high energy game, but lacking everywhere. The last game he played against Liverpool, he had a lot of chances as well because of that, because of the energy he showed. But today, just none of it. I think he was lacking everywhere. One of our poorer performers, to be honest. So I think I'd give him a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10 for Bergwijn. And Harry Kane got that knock early on, and then after that, he just didn't look himself. He gave a really good pass for that Son goal, which wasn't counted. But overall, what did you think about his performance?
Yeah, I think since his injury, he just never got back up.
Yeah,
man. And then I heard that apparently he got injured in both ankles by the end of it.
Oh, wow. Because he walked off twice, right? Like in the beginning, he walked off, then he came back, and then
and then that final one was on the other ankle, which just took him out of the game completely.
Yeah.
And without him, you can just see Spurs are just lost without him completely.
Yeah.
Son doesn't know what to do. Højbjerg was just running around doing nothing.
He's that glue, man.
Yeah, he's that glue. He's what Firmino is to Liverpool. Probably even more important than him.
100%.
And without him, our attack is just blunt.
Yeah.
Kane, because of his injuries, I don't think he could do much, so I'd give him a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. And any update on the injury?
I think Mourinho's press conference said he would be out for a few weeks. Okay. He has an injury on both ankles, so it'll probably take him some time.
It's kind of too soon. They'll probably get some tests done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yep. And then Son, man, that finish was amazing. I thought millimeters offside, very tight call. But yeah, your thoughts on his performance? If you got that goal, I think it would have changed the whole game because Spurs going.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A 1-0 lead is completely different to 1-1 or 0-0 for Spurs,
Yeah, Son is also kind of a player who, if he scores in that game, he'll continue to have a good game afterwards.
Confidence player.
Yeah, very confidence oriented.
Yeah.
I think since that offside goal, he never got into it again. He barely had any chances. Whenever he got the ball, he looked for the sideways pass instead of running at the defense. Uh, Another 5 out of 10 performance, really.
5 out of 10 for Son, and yeah, that wraps up the starting 11 for the subs. You can do Lamella first.
Lamela is usually Mourinho's fighter, man. He comes in, he changes the game in whatever way he can.
Yeah.
And today, I don't. It was just like the whole Spurs team, to be honest. They just couldn't get it done. They barely got forward. They barely were able to move. And again, whatever ball that he was able to kind of get back and defend, again, Liverpool winning that second ball, there was just no room for Spurs players at all. I'd give him 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10 for Lamella, and lastly, Harry Winks.
I don't think he was the right player for this game, but he was forced into it.
Yeah.
He was forced into it. We had to get Ndombele up front. We had to play him in the number 10 role. Just for some controversy, I guess this is where Dele Alli would have been very useful.
Yeah.
And playing in that number 10 role right behind Son. But yeah, that's Mourinho for you. You never know what you're going to get from him.
Just let him go, man. Let him go to PSG. Why you guys hold on to him and not play him?
I don't know, man. I'd if Mourinho doesn't want him, I'd love for him to just leave. It's fine. Just sort it out, whatever way you can.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, Harry Winks, I'd give him a 5 out of 10 performance. Just
5 out of 10.
Yeah, he kept the ball. He didn't do much. He tried defending as much. He nothing. Just tried his best, but nothing you can do against that Liverpool team.
Yep, and finally, Jose Mourinho, anything you would like to see different in the tactics for this game, like you would have liked to see, and how do you rate his performance as the manager?
I feel for Mourinho this time, to be honest, because he started well. He started this game pretty well.
He wasn't as defensive like compared to the previous.
Yeah, this is the new formation they're trying with 3 at the back.
Yeah,
and this way you have Ndombele playing in the middle with a lot of ball progression. So yeah, I think he had it right. I think he was kind of unlucky to have what's his name? Sorry, Reguilon injured. So we didn't have that counter-attacking from the left side. And then of course after Kane's injury, you could tell by his body language that he knew he had lost it already.
Yeah.
And God knows what he had to say in the first half, in the halftime.
Yeah. But in a way, though, like when he goes back to his like counter-attacking kind of display, it's actually a bit more effective because I felt in the last game, they had like some really good chances this game, but last game they had like a couple of chances, still like amazing chances, but they were defending the whole time. Although it's risky, it looked a bit more that they were closer to beating Liverpool in that game than they were here.
Yeah, I think so too. But then again, you're playing at White Hart Lane now. Sorry, New Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think there's a limit to what fans will take out of the defending.
At home, that's what it is. They probably got that pressure that I need to attack a bit more.
Exactly. This is his way of imposing his play style.
Yeah.
In a way, and I think he had a decent trial for it against Sheffield, but again, that's Sheffield and this is Liverpool.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. And so you're rating for Mourinho?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yeah, that wraps up that reading. The player ratings. Let's hang on there. Now we're gonna go to Abrar. And but thank you so much. I think you got it mostly spot on. And
I have to say he was very fair in his points. I thought as a fan he'd probably give them a little bit more, but he was very fair.
I wanted to. I really did. I just can't. I can't today.
Yeah, no, he was it was very fair, and it wasn't the best Spurs performance, but you'd be really happy.
Always.
Your thoughts on Liverpool's performance? I mean, actually, you told me, but let's go with Alisson first.
Yeah, I think Alisson, he couldn't do much with the goal. I mean, that was just like quite an amazing, sensational goal. But I thought the disallowed goal where he got caught near the near post, I thought that was a little bit surprising because I don't expect that from Alisson.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was disallowed.
You agreed with it being disallowed?
It was a matter of millimeters, but yes, I do agree with it. I mean,
I mean, they got a decision. We got a decision our way the last game.
that's
So I
true.
guess this kind of balances it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was less than it was unfortunate. I mean, if Arsenal if it would have gone against Arsenal, I would have been so mad because
And
it
if
was
it went
literally
for
it was just
Manchester United, the whole world would have gone crazy, bro. If
but
it
but
went,
that's because you guys paid the refs off anyway. So
that's it. That's it.
but anyway, I think that is a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
But I thought apart from that, I thought his anticipation was pretty good. His distribution was pretty good. Thought he had a pretty decent game. Apart from that goal that he couldn't do much about, 7.5 on 10.
7.5 on 10 for Allison. And then moving on to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Finally, he's got an assist
shows
and he
up.
scored. Yeah, he shows up like in a big game. There's a lot of criticism and like rightly so, but probably not used to it for a youngster because he started off such a high, right? And then suddenly to get criticized not playing well. To come back, I think that shows your character, and he showed that today with the assist and a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was all over the place today. I think he was attacking wise, defensive wise, he was very, very good. Like we just said, he showed up quite nicely today, and it was needed off of him. Like this kind of a confidence booster. And then it comes in, and then you give the assist. Also, you score the goal. It just makes a good move. Like he's ready for the last half of the season. So
Yeah.
it came at a very good time. I thought he was very, very good today. 8.5 on 10.
8.5 on 10 for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then Joe Matip.
Man, if he can figure out what's going on with his injuries, he'd be such a good player. I think whenever I've seen him on the pitch, I think he's very, very good. But it's just a matter of like I don't know what's going on with the injuries. I don't know. Every few games he plays 1 or 2 games and then he's gone again. Even today,
That's what happens to Eric Bailly for United.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say
Yeah,
they're made of glass,
thing.
both of them.
They're made of glass, yeah.
But both very good defenders, and that's
Yeah.
what's so sad about it because like they can both be very good on their day, but they just I don't know what's going on. And even today, I thought that he read the game very well. I thought he was a handful for Kane and so on. Just unfortunate that he got subbed off, and because he got subbed off, I have to. I'm docking off a point because he got subbed off. I don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna give him a
Just
7
any
on 10.
criticism to throw at Liverpool.
So 7 out of 10 because he got injured.
Yeah, why did he get injured?
Yeah, and then Henderson, I think he's shown that it's not just about skill and everything. That leadership, it's really important. Like organizing, calling it out and everything. He showed that again today, and he's wherever he plays, he's very important for this Liverpool side.
Absolutely. I thought he was very critical in kind of steering the ship after Spurs kind of had a decent start. I thought like the first 10 minutes, I thought that Spurs were doing well. And that's, I think that his communication and his leadership skills over there were really helpful because I think he was trying to calm everyone down over there in the middle. You saw him shout at a few players here and there and just try to calm
That helps a lot. I think that's what they were missing in a few games.
Yeah. And I think that really helped. And he was again, I mean, this is out of position also for him. He's not a defender by trade, but he had an absolutely incredible game. I think he was very, very good. Hardly anything that you could blame him for. 8.5 on 10. I thought he was very good.
8.5 on 10. And then Andy Robertson.
I think like in the last game against Spurs, I thought the intention of him to stay back more was because I thought that they were worried about the counter attack of Spurs play, and I think he didn't go forward that much. And that's probably what Klopp asked him to do. So I think he was a little bit more tactical. And I think he did a decent job defensively. I think he was intentional that he didn't go forward, and you can't really blame him for that. So I thought he had a decent game today. Not much that he could do wrong, and he supported his backline pretty well. 7.5 on 10.
7.5 on 10 for Robertson. And then Gini Wijnaldum.
What a machine, man! I can't believe that they're not getting a contract extension for him. He's going to be really missed if Liverpool lose out on him. I'm a little surprised he wants to leave Liverpool and go to Barcelona because Barcelona is on the down. Liverpool's doing well right now. It's a little surprising for me, but
I like that though. It shows like he wants to save a sinking ship.
I don't know if it's that or if he just wants like to chill.
Maybe
he's
just
tired.
Yeah, but also I think like
exactly,
Anas also made a really good point. Like Barcelona, Real Madrid, they're probably not doing well, but there's still those brand names, right? So
right,
that
absolutely.
It's always an attractive option, even though like they got pumped last year by Bayern and everything. But going to Barcelona is still a big deal for a lot of players in Europe.
Oh yeah, and that'll never change.
That'll never change. Yeah, I think that's a really good point that he made.
And also, I think that Anas mentioned, I think he's very tired and he just wants to chill a little bit. And I think that with the
It
kind
could
of
be.
with the kind of pattern that Liverpool plays in, I think it's very hard for him, and because he is that guy which the midfield rolls through, so it's going to be hard for him to kind of like have a little bit of a chill day or whatever. And he's just a machine. He just keeps running and he's all over the place. He's very, very good. I thought, along with Mane, I thought he was the best two players for Liverpool. And give him a 9 on 10. I thought he was incredible today.
9, 10 for Wijnaldum, and then Milner, man, this guy is workhorse. Like he's not pretty to watch, but he's effective.
Absolutely, and especially with the kind of injury crisis that Liverpool have right now, I think that he's a more than a handy player to have at this moment in time. He can play literally all positions. You know, the only thing
you
that
can just plug him in anywhere.
Exactly, and
he'll be natural at it. By the way,
exactly, and that's just amazing because he can do right back, he can left back, center back. The only thing I probably is that hopefully that Allison and the other guy that they got are probably not injured. Otherwise, he might be the goalkeeper for them next. So, but workhorse. I thought he looked a little jaded by the end of it. I thought he was really tired. I think because he put in a shift, but I think the first 60 minutes he was really good. I thought he had a pretty decent game, 7.5 on 10.
7.5 out of 10 for Milner. And Thiago Alcantara. This guy is very skillful, man, but he still needs
he got knocked off the ball way too many times.
Yeah, but he still needs to prove it in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think he just got knocked off the ball way too many times. I think that slowly but surely, I think he needs to learn that in the Premier League it's
more physical.
You can't. Yeah, you have to be a little bit more physical, and you have to you guard the ball a little bit better. I thought that he was poor in that front. Overall, also I think a yellow card very early didn't help. So I thought he had an ordinary game compared to his very high standards that we kind of come to expect from him. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5 on 10. Just being a little bit harsh over there, I think.
6.5 out of 10 for Thiago. And then moving on to let's go Firmino first.
Oh, Firmino was very, very good. He created all sorts of problems. He kept.
Would you take him instead of Aubameyang?
No.
Okay.
Hell no.
I always ask him random questions, but yeah.
but I thought he was very good. I thought he kept going back deep, trying to get the midfield and to join them with the attackers. I thought he did very well over there, and that goal will do his confidence a world of good. Even though it was just a mere tap in, but I thought he was very good. I thought he created a lot of chances, and he gave a little bit of a headache to the backline of the Spurs defense. So I thought he did a good job. I'm going to give him an 8 on 10.
Yeah, and 10. Yeah, he likes scoring against Spurs. Moving on to Mo Salah. Very unlucky, man. He could have got a goal, but he got into good goal scoring positions again. His positioning, I always feel, is amazing. He always gets into those positions. Whether he doesn't score, so it can get frustrating. But I think today he was unlucky. He did actually finish, but it was.
Yeah. And that was just very, very unfortunate. I don't know what else I could say, because poor guy. I mean, it must be so disheartening for him to keep. I think it's happened a couple of times before as well, so it's kind of unfortunate. But
disheartening for him and a lot of FPL managers, man. Like everyone wanted him to score. Like,
true. Yeah. But he was a pain in the bum for Doherty. I mean, he was just had it all over the place. He was just typical Salah performance. You like you said, his positioning is next to incredible. I think. I mean, there's no other way to put it. If only he could just finish it a little bit more. And today he did. Unfortunately, he got ruled out. But I think he had a very good game again. Another 8 on 10 for him.
8 on 10. And Sadio Mane, man, unbelievable.
Man of the match.
He missed so many chances in the beginning. He could have scored like 4 or 5 goals in this game. But
yeah, they could have been a runaway victory, I think, if Sadio could have gotten his finishing together. But even apart from that, I thought he had a very, very good game. And the irony of it was that he pounced on a chance which was a mistake from Dyer. So he got into some very good positions by himself throughout the game, and he was just running riot. That pass to Firmino also was quite amazing, to kind of make that move. And from the left, I mean, he was just very, very, very good. A 9 on 10 performance for him.
Yeah, 9 on 10 for Mane. And for the bench, who did you want to do again? Sorry,
the defender that came on. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Nat Phillips.
Nat Phillips. Yeah. I think Nat Phillips came on, right? For
is it Nat Phillips? I can't differentiate between those two, to be honest.
Yeah, Nat Phillips came on, and he was. I think he was good. I think he for only half the game, I thought he got booked unnecessarily. He could have done a little bit better over there, and I'll give him a 7 on 10. I thought he was okay.
Yeah, he could have easily made mistakes, after the
Towards the
Matip
end,
injury.
especially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think he did a decent job, so
Yeah, I
that's
think he
fair
did a
enough.
decent job.
And Klopp, after so many winless games, finally a win, 3 points in the bag, finally for Liverpool. They would be very frustrated for missing out on so many points, because it's shown that even though they have injuries, they still have a very potent attack, and this is what they can do to teams who are defensive as well. So they'd be very disappointed in the past, but now finally they're getting back. So your thoughts on Klopp and his tactics?
Absolutely, but I think a kind of a dip in form was kind of due. This is
Yeah,
the
for
first time
us.
they haven't had a dip in form like over a year, I think now. So I think that this was due. I
But
think
it
that
was
all
more
the
to do
players.
with a dip, right? Instead of injuries, because they were winning
Yeah,
without
yeah.
Van Dijk before as well.
I
I
think
mean,
the
it's
way the
probably a
system is.
combination, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and also exhaustion as well, man. The guy
yeah, a
runs
little
them.
bit of exhaustion. Yeah, I think the way the formation, the system is set up with Klopp, he just needs to kind of have the right kind of players. I mean, his A side, his B side can do the same thing, because they just and he's been doing it for a while, so they all know exactly what is required off of them. So I think that helps. But at the same time, yes, of course, I mean, a Van Dijk or what's his
Gomez.
name, Gomez
Gomez.
or someone like that would be very, very useful also. And I think that they're missing Jota a lot. I think that his inclusion also was very good when they kind of had those injuries in the first place. But I think that yes, it is a dip in the form. I think that this is a very, very good side. They're going to rue their chances for sure. This is the first goal that they scored in the Premier League in 2021, which has taken them some time. But when they came three together. So fair enough. I think that this will give them confidence going into the last half of the season.
Yeah.
And I mean, they don't rule them out yet. I think that City do have a game in hand, and they are 4 points ahead. But I think that there's a long way to go. And the Premier League has never failed to surprise us. We'll see how it goes.
That's
I think he
just
had a very good.
such a depressing sentence. Wow.
Yeah, man.
City 4 points ahead with a game in hand. Wow.
It's true though. Unfortunately, I give facts.
But
over
that's the
there,
thing.
so-
I think that's why they'll root those
Yeah,
missed
for sure.
opportunities against other teams. But I agree with you. Don't count them out, because you see what they can do, right? When they're on form, despite their injuries, they still have a lot of quality in their team. So
Absolutely.
don't rule them out. But right now, City do look favorites, but we don't know what the future holds.
Yeah, I think it was a very good. Yeah, I think he got them together. He got them rolling again together, which is important. I think 8 on 10.
8 on 10 for Klopp. And just final words, Anas, Spurs still the top four challenges on. Your thoughts? I don't think they've signed anyone, but anything? What do you look forward to this season? The remaining of the
It
season.
all depends on Kane. It all depends on Kane. I think if Kane is back, if it's not if the injury isn't too long, I think we still have a decent shout at top four.
But he needs that Carabao Cup. That's what he's. I think that's what all Spurs fans want the most. That Carabao Cup.
I mean, I don't think one trophy will be enough for Mourinho, to be honest. I think it has to be either a top four finish or a Europa League Cup, because they have to have Champions League football next year. Otherwise, this team is going to get stale, no matter what they do.
So they need a big trophy or
And I think
Champions League spot.
I think it was also a little bit of a confidence play for him, but like you guys mentioned about Son. But I think that in the second half he was barely available. I just felt like he was not even on the pitch. He just looked completely out of place.
Also, without Kane, probably
Yeah.
that chemistry.
So he's gonna if Kane's out for a bit, he's gonna quickly have to figure out how they're gonna get him in that goal scoring form, because otherwise it's gonna be a big problem for Spurs.
He's done it before though, like in remember that Champions League run, the crazy one.
Yeah, but that was never under Mourinho. Mourinho has always said that Son isn't his striker, right? He's not a second striker.
Yeah.
So when after signing Vinicius, it was kind of weird for him not to put him in today, even though he hasn't been great all season. But he is your target man, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he thought he wasn't ready, but he kind of has to be by now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
If you can't trust him by now, then what's the point of buying? But it's on loan, but still, what's the point of getting any other player if you're not going to trust anyone other than Kane?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Don, final thoughts?
Nothing. I'm happy. That's all I can say.
You're excited for the weekend, huh?
Yeah, of course. Looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, but thank you guys for joining me. It's a lot of fun. Anas, again, it was a pleasure having you. Some great points there about Tottenham, a fresh perspective. Others will hear all about Arsenal on this podcast.
Happy to be here, man. Happy to come.
It's good. I was just kidding.
We'll talk a lot about that next week. When we do our player ratings.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, thank you guys. Don, as usual, man, killed it. Thank you so much for coming on, and hope to see you guys soon.
Take care.